Welcome back, viewers. Well, if you just watched my other video on Michael Cohen and Manafort, you'll see I was waiting for the sentencing of Manafort. He was expected to get 19 to 25 years in prison for bank fraud, tax evasion, and Judge TS Ellis decided to give him only 47 months, not even 4 years. Not even 4 years. We're going to look at Judge T.S. Ellis. He was appointed by Reagan. He had stated before during the trial that he felt like, it seems like he's not a fan of Robert Mueller's. He had stated that he felt like that Manafort was only there because he was friends with Trump. He was surprised that Manafort didn't express any remorse, but he stated that he had otherwise lived a blameless life. Yeah, if you call working with a lot of really nasty killers in the world, if you call that blameless. So let's look at Judge T.S. Ellis. What's going to be your fallout from this? Manafort does have another case that's sentencing next week, which you can receive up to 10 years. And then, of course, I think Mueller kind of knew this was coming because he let it be known that, he had handed things off also to New York State. So Manafort is still probably going to get charged in New York State as well. So I'm gonna hold with what my guides told me, that Manafort will die in jail. But let's look at Judge T.S. Thomas Selby Ellis. 47 months. What's going to be your fallout from this, Judge Ellis? What were you thinking? Were you bribed? Are you crooked? Or are you honorable? Winning at all costs, that does not express honor. That expresses no compassion for the country. Sorry, I had to pull my chair up a little. No regard for the law, that he works in. He's going to do it his way. This is bizarre. So here's Judge T.S. Ellis actually showing up as the Queen of Cups, putting a lid on the emotions. The challenge that's crossing him is Mother Russia. Why would Russia be showing up as a challenge to him? Down here in the base of the reading, he's just trying to act like, oh, I'm just working and doing what I do every day as a judge. In the past, though, he's had an agreement with someone. They came up with a new plan, and they were going to put an end to this case. Yeah, there was a lot of conversation about it. And the conversation involved prison time. Crowning the reading, the messenger, he was sending a message out. T.S. Ellis was sending a message out by doing such a light sentencing. And now he's sitting over here waiting on his money. Now he's sitting over here in the future waiting on his money. Yeah, he was successful. He ended the cycle. He was successful. He was victorious in what he did, but he's out in the cold from the money. And here's Putin. Yeah, Manafort was basically a spy for Putin, you know, and working with overseas. But I feel like there's someone else also working in this case with someone overseas. Yeah, and stabbing America in the heart. Creating discontent. Well, yeah, we're all going to be pissed off about it. Oh, yeah, just shaking everybody up to the core. So, this is agreement with. He had a moneyed proposal. He had a moneyed proposal. And Patience tells me it's going to come out eventually. Let's just ask that, because Patience can also mean like he had a moneyed proposal. And he was going to temper this whole judgment on Manafort. So let's try asking this a little differently. Judge Ellis, were you paid off? Was someone inspired by Russia and Putin? Did Trump have someone get to you? Were you bribed or blackmailed? Was not the cards I was expecting. Queen of Wands. Could mean Nancy Pelosi's going to look into this. I'm going to do a little different layout, see if I can get this story. So here in the past, we have Judge Ellis trying to hang on to what he's got, which to me implies someone was trying to take something from him. The fact he's trying to hang on to something, you know, what he's got. He's getting a little emotional about it. He had a change of fortune in the past, and these are all past cards, and he's not liking what he's offered. Trying to hang on to what you've got implies to me there's blackmail going on. In the present, we've got the GOP here with the good news. Oh, isn't this great? Manafort got such a light sentence. But here's, a little bit of money coming forward, the messenger of money, and shaking the tower up. It's earth shaking for me. It's earth shaking for the rest of us because Manafort, accepted money and didn't pay taxes on it and everything. But it looks to me like the judge has accepted money and blew the whole case up. So here in the future, we've got it into the case and big changes, and this judge is retreating now. He's going off into hiding, it looks like. America's left to put a lid on her emotions, and yes, it just feels like, there's a sleight of hand going on here. There's dirty tricks going on. The network that was involved in this are celebrating. I'm not getting a clear answer. I want a clear answer. Who's behind Judge Ellis's decision? Who's either blackmailing him or paying him off? And will it come to light? Waiting on the money, waiting on the harvest. Planted the seeds, now what? Here in the past, it's been emotional for Judge Ellis, but there's also a big network involved. It feels like there were agreements made. He's in bed with somebody. There were agreements made. It does feel like there's Russia behind it, ultimately, and dirty tricks going on. I'm going to say it's also because of what's here in the present. Here's, happy, joyful day. And here's the White House celebrating. So I'm going to say that the Russia connection is through the White House. They basically suspended, a heavy sentence. Brings them great hope, but it's also about the network, that there's a trickster in the network. Near future, someone's packing their bags and leaving. They're defeated. someone that's dealt with dark money and corruption and betrayal, and working overseas. I was trying to see who's leaving and who's defeated. It feels like Trump, like when Trump goes away and all this corruption comes out over Trump, that we'll know more about this, what went on with this judge. Here's America having to put a lid on our emotions, and here's secrets coming out in the future. Secrets coming out, secrets revealed. There's a spy that has been working on this, working with Russia, working with the White House. The judge is, got very anxious over it, but he's been working with them over dark money. I'm going to say this judge is corrupt. He's betrayed us. I think it will come out in the future. Let's just ask the angels to put some light on that, and all the other things that Trump has done to bring this to light. But something is very wrong when our courts now are partisan, and when our judges, can be bought off or threatened. Just ask real quick. Does Judge Ellis, does he feel threatened? Wow, here's Mother Russia again. Empress. Manafort's got deep ties to Russia, so could he get, Russian mafia threatening this judge? Someone overseas had a plan. They sent messages. And they charged into action, delivering these messages. That was their plan, their scheme. Stirred up fighting and bickering. This judge feels destitute. He feels destitute. In the future, the government feels like they're looking into this, but let's see. Yeah, the judge, he got a message. He feels destitute. And a change of fortune. He's trying to juggle things, trying to find his balance. He's had a lot of communication in the past. A lot of communication with someone. I can't get the cards to tell me. Yeah, and he had a proposal, an emotional proposal. So yeah, somebody was blackmailing him. And a monetary proposal. So somebody's blackmailing him and offered him a little bit of money, but also scared the crap out of him. Is what it feels like. It's interesting because they're charging forward with this new plan, charging into action, and trying to affect the government. Nostalgia for big money and family inheritance, people with money running things. And smoke screens put up by Putin. It's quite an unsettling reading. An end is going to be put to this. An end is going to be put to this. So the thieves will be found out. The thieves will be found out, but it's going to take a little time for this to come out. So I just wanted to read on this judge. Something just didn't sit right. I'm like, immediately, why wouldn't you at least give 20 years for all the horrible things this man has done? And when Mueller had recommended, 19 plus years, it's like spitting in Mueller's face. Like, no, we're going to do it this way. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, click like. I know it's disappointing, but it's okay because Mueller has handed things off to New York. Manafort's not getting out of jail. He's going to be brought up on New York charges while he's in prison down in Virginia or wherever. And he has sentencing next week for his other federal crimes. So he could get an additional 10 years, and it's the judge that let Flynn have it. So I think he'll get the full 10 years from this judge, if not more. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching.